Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mike Lansing Field as we get set for another homestand here in Casper, Wyoming. Your Casper Spuds look to beat the Hastings Sodbusters for the first time this season. Hastings coming into this one undefeated, sitting at a 9-0 record to start the 2025 ILB season. The Sodbusters started off the ILB season sweeping the Spearfist Sasquatch in a 3-game set to start the year. They followed that up by sweeping Oahe in Hastings in another 3-game set. Most recently, taking a home-and-home series versus the Fremont Moo. And on Thursday night, they beat the Nebraska Prospects 7-1 to start the year undefeated in the ILB. Your Spuds looking to put them in the L column for the first time this season here in Game 1 of a 4-game homestand here in Casper before the Spuds hit the road to play Hastings in their stadium for a little 3-game set to end this week. The starting lineup for the visiting Hastings Sodbusters, leading off the second baseman Drew Vega, batting second the third baseman Jaden Shabry, batting third the right fielder Luke Cossey. In the cleanup spot, the catcher Weston Johnston, batting fifth the first baseman Ryan Jarvis. In the sixth spot, the left fielder Jackson Crane, batting seventh the DH Jude Greaves. In the eighth spot, the center fielder Jet Hannaford, and batting ninth, rounding out the order for the Sodbusters, is going to be the shortstop Christian Loera. On the mound for the visiting Sodbusters is going to be the starting pitcher Derek Rocket. Good name there for a starter, but the Spuds looking for a launch mission of their own here tonight to knock off the Sodbusters starter. As we take a look at your Casper Spuds starting lineup, leading it off is going to be the center fielder Elijah Reeves, batting second the left fielder Trent Rucker. In the 3-hole is going to be the shortstop Jack Opine. Batting cleanup is going to be the first baseman River Smith. DHing in the 5-hole is going to be Hunter Billingsley. Cale McCarville going to be over at third today in the 6th spot. Batting seventh, the right fielder Matt Marsick. Batting eighth, the second baseman Caden Wilcox. And rounding out the order and doing the catching for your Spuds today is going to be Brody Barker. The man on the mound, number 34, Ty Volmar, looking for his first win of the season. Got to speak with Ty before this one. Let's jump over to the interview. You're going to want to hear what your starter had to say before he takes the mound here in a couple minutes. Spuds Nation, we're here with your starting pitcher tonight, Ty Volmar. Ty, how we doing, my man?
Good, how are you?
Good, sir. What are you looking to execute here today on the mound?
Throw strikes, let my defense work, and hopefully our offense takes over the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The bats have been getting hot early in the ball game. If they do get ahead, how do you change your plan of attack, or do you just keep pumping strikes?
Just keep throwing strikes, and hopefully that works out for in the end, letting your defense work.
Absolutely, absolutely. Third year here in Casper. How's it been? I know you're a Casper kid. How's it been to have the community behind you?
It's awesome. I love watching all the people come out, watch us play, and I'm just glad that I can play in front of them.
Absolutely. Going to let them get locked in for the game here, but your starting pitcher tonight, Ty Volmar. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Ty, a man of few words, at least in my experience with him. But he has good stuff, and he's looking to execute here on the mound today and get that first win, as I mentioned. We're going to have the meeting at home plate here between your Spuds head coach, Will Iannacone, and the Sodbusters skipper, Josh Printer. Stepping out to exchange cards and get on the same basis with our umpires today. The home plate umpire, Tom Day, and Scott Roberts, going to be umping in the field, as we're just a couple minutes away from first pitch. The Spuds, coming off of another series win against the visiting Oahe Zap. That series started last Wednesday, where the Spuds won 7-5. Game 2 was the same score, but the Spuds in the losing category in that one, as the Zap bounced back with a 7-5 win of their own. And on Friday, closing out the series with a big 11-5 win, hopefully taking that momentum into this matchup with the undefeated Hastings Sodbusters, who have been doing it by committee here early on in the season. Tons of lefties in their bullpen in rotation that have been carving through the ILB, at least to start the 2025 season. As we look around the league, the Oahe Zap, sitting at 4-7, are facing off against the Spearfish Sasquatch as we speak in Oahe. Spearfish currently up 5-3 in that one in the bottom of the fourth. The Sasquatch sitting at 6-6 so far here early on in the season. The Nebraska Prospects, coming off back-to-back wins in Fremont this past weekend, are off until this upcoming Thursday as they play Fremont again, this time in a 3-game set in Fremont. The Moo of Fremont off to a really rough start here, currently sitting at 3-11. Currently on a 9-game losing streak are the Fremont Moo, the team your Casper Spuds have faced the last 2 seasons in the ILB Championship. As the best PA in the ILB, Denny, gets set to announce starting lineups, I'm going to kick it over to him so you guys can get a little bit of feel here in the ballpark at Mike Lansing Field. I'll step aside. Here's Denny. Apologies for jumping back on the mic here real quick before the best PA in the ILB, Denny, does his thing. We're also going to be stepping aside post lineup announcement to hear from our on-field host, Lauren, as she introduces the singer of our national anthem, Julia Rotman. So stay right here as we give you a little feel of what's going on at Mike Lansing Field. We'll be right back.
Center fielder Elijah Reeves. Batting second is number 21 from Texas State University, left fielder Trent Rucker. Batting third is number 8 from Southeast Missouri, shortstop Jack Opine. Batting fourth is number 16 from Montana State Billings, first baseman River Smith. Batting fifth, number 19 from Fullerton College, the DH, Hunter Billingsley. Batting sixth, number 22 from Fort Scott Community College, third baseman Cale McCarville. Batting seventh is number 1, the right fielder from Oklahoma Baptist University, Matt Marsick. Batting eighth is number 13 from Dakota College, second baseman Caden Wilcox. Batting ninth is number 32, the catcher from Lindenwood, Brody Barker. On the mound tonight is number 34, the pitcher from Bethany Lutheran, Ty Volmar.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Julia Rotman, who will lead us in the singing of the national anthem. So please rise if you're able to and remove cover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful performance there from Julia on the national anthem. Before we get started here at Mike Lansing Field, jumping around other sports news, the top prospect in the major leagues, Roman Anthony, currently making his debut for the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park as they take on the Tampa Bay Rays. Anthony still looking for that first hit. Flew out to left in his first plate appearance, and in the second, he lined out to the pitcher. He's put 2 good swings on balls, just none able to drop in play yet for the number 1 prospect in baseball. The NHL Stanley Cup Game 3 is currently underway back in Florida, as the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers split in Edmonton. Both games go into overtime in that one. We'll see what happens here in Game 3, as the Panthers are already on the board. Ex-Bruin Brad Marchand has scored the last 3 goals for the Florida Panthers. The old man still got juice in him, and he has his team, the Panthers, up 1-0 against the Edmonton Oilers. As the boys sling the rock around the infield, Volmar getting set. Looking for that first win is Ty. He's 0-1 with 2 no decisions. 13 innings pitched, 14 hits allowed, 10 runs, 9 of those being earned. 9 walks, 12 Ks for the righty senior out of Bethany Lutheran College. He does have a 275 batting average against. Looking to drop that number here against the undefeated Hastings Sodbusters as we are set for first pitch here at Mike Lansing Field. The leadoff man for the Sodbusters is the second baseman, number 4, Drew Vega. Vega coming into this one, 10-35 here early in the ILB season. All 10 hits have been singles for Vega, as the first pitch from Volmar is dropped in there, 0-1. Vega, that 10 for 35, good for 286. He's got 8 RBIs, 7 runs scored. As that next pitch looked like it was in the same spot, but called a high, ball 1 to Vega, who has 4 walks and 7 strikeouts here this season. He chops one back off the backstop pole as it pings, letting him know the count is now 1-2. Vega, if he gets on, is a threat on the base paths. He does have 5 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. That one chopped to Opine at short. He gloves and flips it over to River Smith at first. 1 down here. 4 pitches, 1 out for Ty Volmar. As the third baseman, Jaden Shabry, steps in now. Shabry from Boulder Creek, California, just graduated from San Lorenzo Valley High School. Sitting at 5 for 20 here early in the ILB season, as the first one to him misses high. Shabry, 1 triple in those 5 hits. 2 RBIs, 5 runs scored, 4 walks, no strikeouts for Shabry as he chops that one to McCarville at third. He flips it on over to River Smith. A little bit of a high throw, but easily able to hold the bag is River. And quickly, 2 down here for the Spuds and Volmar. In the top of the first inning here at Mike Lansing Field, the right fielder, Luke Cossey, stepping in now. Off to a really hot start here. 12 for 30 with 2 triples and a home run is Cossey. The only home run for the Sodbusters here early in the season, as the first one to him misses outside. Good for a 400 batting average. He's slashing 400, 514, and 633 is Cossey, as he skies one high down the left field line, but very well out of play to even up the count at 1-1. Cossey, a redshirt sophomore at Arkansas Tech, is from White House, Texas. That slash line good for a 1.147 OPS as he rips one back into the backstop netting, and it's quickly 1-2 to Luke Cossey. He's got 6 RBIs, 11 runs scored, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's been hit by the pitch twice. He's stolen 2 bags and has been caught once. The 1-2 from Volmar is going to be ripped out to the outfield. Closing is Trent Rucker, the left fielder, as he almost made a nice diving stop to get the third out here in the top of the first, but just out of reach for Trent Rucker. Good effort out there, but with 2 outs, a man will reach for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's going to bring up the catcher, Weston Johnston, who has also been another very hot hitter in this Sodbusters lineup. The team leading 13 hits in 33 at-bats as Volmar checks on Cossey. He has 2 doubles, 2 triples, slashing 394, 512, and 576. Good for a 1.088 OPS as he skies one up here just over the press box. And the count is 0-1 to Weston Johnston. Another sophomore at Arkansas Tech from Van Alstyne, Texas. Also leading the Sodbusters with 9 RBIs and 11 runs scored. He's got 6 walks, 6 strikeouts here early in the season, 2 hit by pitches, and 2 stolen bases yet to be caught as he skies another one back, this time into the backstop netting. And it's quickly 0-2 to the Arkansas Tech sophomore. As Volmar comes set, the 0-2 is going to be ripped just over the head of Opine at short. Reeves is on it and gets it back into the infield quickly as Casa advances 90 feet. But back-to-back men here with singles to the outfield for the Sodbusters. It'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, the first baseman, Ryan Jarvis. Jarvis 6 for 25 here early in the season as Volmar pumps in a strike on the inner half. That's good for 240 for Jarvis. All 6 of his hits have been singles. He does have 3 RBIs with a chance to get his 4th here. But again, Volmar attacking the strike zone as he talked about in the pregame interview. A big key to success for the right-hander. And he's got another Sodbuster hitter in an 0-2 count here. 2 down, 2 on. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be fouled off as Jarvis stays alive. But the count will remain 0-2. Jarvis, 9 walks, 4 strikeouts. Good eye from the lefty first baseman. The 0-2 again is going to be swung on and missed. Strike 3 to Jarvis. Volmar with a good first inning here, keeping the Sodbusters off the board. The Spuds come up in the bottom of the first as the game remains at 0. We will have a brief commercial break, but before that, we caught up with Trent Rucker before the game here. Let's take a listen to what the Spuds left fielder has to say. Spuds Nation, we're here with your new outfielder, Trent Rucker. Trent, how we doing, my man?
Good. How we doing?
Good, sir. Just to start off, how's the transition up to Casper been for you, being a Texas boy?
It's been good. You know, the air quality is good, but like we're a little thinner air. So dealing with the runny noses, but it's good. It's good.
Yep, we're adapting. Off to a pretty hot start at the plate, hitting 364 this season. What are you looking to bring to the Spuds?
Just somebody who can drive in some players and just be a contributing member of the team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How did you find out about the Casper Spuds?
Austin Hummel. He was with Texas State with me, and last second I texted him like, dude, I need a place to go. And he's like, come play with me, and I was like, done.
Absolutely.
No question.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do here this summer? What are your hobbies outside of baseball?
I saw a trampoline place over there. I might check that out. But no, just hanging with the guys. Just playing for the city of Casper. I look forward to just playing baseball summer. I'll be here the whole summer, so
Alrighty.
I'm excited for it, just to play for the city.
Yep. You're gonna get to know him for sure. Electric player here, Trent Rucker. Thank you, my man.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Action Glass is here for all your residential glass needs. Shower doors and enclosures, window replacements, and repairs. Again, call Action Glass at 307-266-1111.
Back at Mike Lansing Field here in the bottom of the first inning. Ty Volmar with a great start to the game, keeping the Sodbusters off the board, although 2 men reached with 2 outs. But the Bats looking to wake up early here, as they have done on stretches here throughout the season. Leading it off, back in a familiar spot, the leadoff spot, is the center fielder, Elijah Reeves. Elijah was over at second base to close out the Zap series on Friday and played a great infield. A beautiful jump throw to get a big third out, I believe, in the first inning. As he swings at the first pitch he sees and skies it high on the infield, the first baseman Jarvis is under it, and he makes the play. One pitch, one out here for the Sodbusters starting pitcher, Derek Rocket, who has been shoving, to say the least, so far to start the year. As the left fielder, Trent Rucker, steps in now, the man we heard at the break between innings here. The first one to him from Rocket misses outside, and it's 1-0 to Trent. Rocket, 1-0 on the season, 1-0 decision. 2.46 ERA for the right-hander, as he misses low with a fastball, and it's now 2-0 to Trent Rucker. 11 innings pitched, 11 hits allowed, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 3 walks, 10 Ks for Rocket. As the 2-0 is going to be dropped in there, 2-1 to Trent Rucker. Hitters currently hitting .250 against Derek Rocket as the righty delivers. And he's going to drop in another strike on the outer half after falling in a 2-0 hole. He's worked his way back, and the count is now 2-2 to Trent Rucker. The senior at Texas State University from Fairview, Texas, is going to take to push the count full. Rucker here early in the season, 4 for 11. 1 double, 1 triple, good for a .364 batting average. He's got an RBI, 3 runs scored. No walks, 5 Ks. The payoff, he's going to swing through that one as Rucker goes down swinging. And Rocket has 2 quick outs to match Ty Volmar. The shortstop will step in now. Jack Opine, the senior at SEMO, Southeast Missouri State, from Prosper, Texas, awaits the 0-0, and it'll be dropped in there on the outer half by Rocket. 0-1 to Opine, who's hitting .545 here early in the season, 6 for 11 with 5 doubles. As Rocket tries to go to the same glove side, black, but he'll miss on that one in the count. Now 1-1. That one misses just a bit high to Opine. And the count to the Spuds shortstop is now 2-1. Opine tattoos that one out to the outfield. That one should roll up to the wall and make that 6 doubles for Jack Opine. He's been seeing the ball well here. 2 men down, but a 2-out double for Opine will bring up the first baseman, River Smith, who has caught his stride here in Game 11 of the ILB season. Hitting 10 for 23 is River Smith, slashing .435, .562, .739. As the first one to him catches the inner black, and it's 0-1 to River Smith. The slash line good for a 1.302 OPS. 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 8 RBIs as he rips one into the backstop netting, and it's quickly 0-2 to the junior at Montana State University Billings, coming to us from Livingston, Montana. Smith, 7 walks, 6 Ks, 1 hit by pitch, 1 stolen base for the Spuds first baseman. The 0-2 is going to catch the outer black. Smith not a fan of the call, but he will go down looking. The 2-out double from Opine will unfortunately lead to nothing here in the first frame, but we turn to the second. Score remains 0-0. We'll be right back at Mike Lansing Field.
Looking for your next adventure? Visit Casper, where the wide open spaces meet unforgettable experiences. From hiking around Casper Mountain to casting a line in the North Platte River, there's something for everyone. Make memories that only happen here. Visit Casper. At Platte Valley Bank in Casper, we're more than just a bank, we're your neighbor. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or planning for the future, our local team is here to help you every step of the way. Platte Valley Bank. Bank on the Valley, bank on us. Serving Casper and all of Wyoming. Teton Distributors is Wyoming's foremost distributor for America's most beloved beer, craft brews, and non-alcoholic beverages. They keep your favorite drinks flowing. Locally driven, community focused. Teton Distributors. We deliver more than just beverages. Western Energy Fabrication in Casper is your one-stop fabrication shop, specializing in fabrication, welding, consulting, installation, facility manufacturing, design, and project management. Whether it's custom builds or full facility solutions, they deliver quality and precision from start to finish. Western Energy Fabrication, built for Wyoming, built to last.
Back at the ballpark on the first pitch of the second inning to Jackson Crane, the left fielder for the Sodbusters. He skies it on the infield, and River Smith, the first baseman for your Spuds, makes the play. One pitch, one out here in the top of the second inning. After Derek Rocket got a one pitch out in the bottom of the first, Volmar matching him there as the DH, Jude Greaves, steps in now and skies the first pitch he sees high down the right field line, but it'll land on top of the batting cages here at Mike Lansing Field. 0-1 to Crane. That one misses, and it's now 1-1 to Jackson Crane, the sophomore at Arkansas Tech, another Arkansas Tech product on this Sodbusters team. He's from Russellville, Arkansas, which is where the school is located. That one on the outer half, called strike two to Crane as he has a quick conversation with the home plate umpire, Tom Day. The 1-2 to him is going to be ripped over the head of Opine at short. Rucker collects and fires it into second, but Crane will be on with a one-out single here. As the center fielder, Jet Hannaford, steps in now. Another sophomore at, you guessed it, actually, Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Not Arkansas Tech, but another Arkansas product here for the Sodbusters. He hails from Mountain Home, Arkansas. 6 for 17 here in the ILB season as Volmar checks over on Graves twice to no avail. Hannaford 6 for 17, all singles, good for 353. The first pitch to him will catch the inner half, 0-1. Hannaford slashing 353, 353, and 353. Would you look at that? He's got 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored, no walks, 3 Ks, 5 stolen bases. He has been caught once on the base paths as Volmar checks for a third time on Graves. That one to Hannaford was checked, and he held up to even up the count at 1-1. Umpire in the field, Scott Roberts, agreeing with the batter in that one. The 1-1 to Hannaford is going to be swung on and driven to the outfield, pushing both outfielders back. Reeves will collect in the right center field gap, but Hannaford will advance to second as Greaves advances to third. And there's now 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 man out here in the top of the second inning for the Sodbusters. The shortstop, Christian Loera, stepping in here. Loera 4 for 16 here in the ILB season. The 0-1 to him is going to miss high. 1-0 to Loera. Loera at Connors State College is going to take another ball high. The count's now 2-0 to the Sodbusters shortstop here today. Volmar looking to get out of a jam here. Greaves on third, Hannaford on second. Here's the 2-0. And Loera will sky that one just to the right of the grandstand here. Count now 2-1 to the Connors State College stud here. He'll wave and miss at that pitch as he goes fishing. The count evened up at 2-2. And Christian Loera, the man from Moore, Oklahoma, looking to at least put the ball in play and bring home the first run of this ball game. Volmar with other ideas. The 2-2 is going to be ripped just over the head of Wilcox at second base. He tried to time the leap and almost got it. He did get up there, but it'll bring a run home for the Sodbusters as Greaves scores from third. Hannaford, not wanting to get doubled up, stayed at second. But 3 straight hits here for the Sodbusters in the top of the second. And they're on the board, 1-0, as pitching coach Matt Jeffreyon steps out for a meeting with the infield. The order will flip back over to the second baseman, Drew Vega. Vega grounding out to Jack Opine at short in the first inning. As Volmar is looking for another ground out here for an ending double play with Hannaford on second and Loera at first. Here's the 0-0 to Vega, and it'll catch the inner half, 0-1. The 0-1 will be ripped right at Volmar. Wilcox collects, steps on the bag, and fires over to first. There's that inning-ending double play that Volmar needed. His second baseman, Wilcox, up to the task as he turns 2 by himself. And we head to the bottom of the second. The Sodbusters jump out to an early 1-0 lead.
Ready to hit the road? Smith RV Sales and Service in Casper has everything you need, from new and used RVs to expert repairs and parts. Family owned and locally trusted. We'll help you gear up for your next great adventure. Smith RV. We can get you there. When you need it done right, call the right guy in Casper. From handyman services, painting, and home repairs and remodeling, no job is too big or too small. Trusted, reliable, and local. The right guy gets it done right the first time.
Back in Casper, apologies to Moreira. I was looking at the wrong guy pregame. He is another Arkansas State University Mountain Home product. Is the Sodbusters shortstop. We'll flip to a man I do know about, the DH for your Casper Spuds, Hunter Billingsley. Looking for a leadoff knock here to get the bats going for the Spuds. As he awaits the 0-0, it'll miss outside. 1-0 to Hunter Billingsley. Hitting 10 for 26 here early in the season. Slashing 385, 529, and 654. The 1-0 will catch him. Look like on the knee. As Billingsley is going to take off all the protective gear. Unfortunately, none of it helping him there as it caught him in a soft spot. But the Spuds will take the leadoff man on as the third baseman, Cale McCarville, will step in now. The man out of Springfield, Missouri, hitting 9 for 26 here in the ILB season. Slashing 346, 500, and 577. Good for a 1.077 OPS. The first one to Cale will miss low. 1-0. McCarville, 2 doubles, a triple, 10 RBIs, 6 runs scored. He's walked 7 times. He's K'd 6 times. He's also been hit by a pitch and stole a base here this season, as the first one, the second one to him, skied off down the right field line to even up the count at 1-1. McCarville got in on the double party here last Friday at Mike Lansing Field. He had 2 doubles in that ball game and looks to continue it here. The 1-1 will be pumped in there. Apologies. Rocket getting squeezed. The count will be 2-1. Billingsley with a slight lead over at first. The 2-1 to McCarville will be inside. And in a good hitter's count at 3-1, McCarville looking to reach by any means, as the Spuds trail this one early, 1-0. Rocket checking on Billingsley. He gets back in there standing. Made it a little bit close over there at first, but Billingsley back safely as Rocket comes set. The 3-1 will be pumped in there. Fastball that caught the zone. And the count to Cale McCarville is now full. Billingsley getting his lead at first. McCarville set. Rocket set. The payoff will be swung on and missed. Looked like it was foul tipped into Weston Johnston's glove, but he held on And McCarville will go down swinging. With one down here, the right fielder, Matt Marsick, will step in now. The 0-0 to Marsick catches the outer half, and the count jumps to 0-1 to Matt Marsick. Marsick 10 for 32 here in the ILB season. As Rocket tried to go to the same outer half, but he missed a bit outside this time. 1-1 count. One man on at first, one at the plate in Matt Marsick. Here it is. It'll miss high. 2-1 now to Matt Marsick, the Arlington, Texas native. Familiar face here in Casper, coming back for his third season. As Rocket comes set, the 2-1 will be pumped in there. 2-2 to Matt Marsick. Went 0 for 3 with the walk on Friday. That one to him misses high. Back-to-back full counts for Spuds hitters. McCarville went down swinging in the previous at-bat. Marsick looking for a different output in this one. The 3-2 will be chopped down the third base line, but outside of the bag, and the count will remain 3-2. Rocket comes set. The 3-2 once more. Will miss low. Marsick will reach by a walk. And with two men on and only one out, the second baseman, Caden Wilcox, will step in now. He turned two to end the top half of the second inning, collecting the grounder, stepping on the second base bag, and firing over to River Smith at first to turn the double play. The first one to Wilcox will drop in on the outer half, 0-1. Wilcox 6 for 22 here in the ILB season, as Rocket steps off the mound. Not liking Billingsley dancing around over there at second. The shortstop, Moreira, trying to keep him close. The second offering to Wilcox will miss inside. Count even at 1-1. Billingsley on second, Marsick at first, Wilcox at the dish. Rocket comes set here in this 1-1, and Wilcox will check his swing but foul that one into the backstop netting. 1-2 to Caden Wilcox. The 6 for 22, good for a .273 batting average. He's got a triple here this season. 6 RBIs, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 2 stolen bases, and 6 runs scored for Wilcox. The 1-2 to him will be swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging, and Rocket gets a big strikeout here. Now with 2 down, the 9-hole hitter for your Spuds, the catcher, Brody Barker, will step in here, looking to avoid stranding 2 Spuds hitters here in the bottom of the second inning. Barker, 5 for 18. Good for 278 batting average. He does have a double and 2 RBIs. As he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Rocket looking sturdy on the mound here to at least start the game. He has been pitching well here in this ILB season. Already has 4 strikeouts here in this one. As he resets after stepping off, the 0-1 to Barker will be just above his head to even it up at 1-1. Spoke to Brody during the last homestand. Great guy. As that one will be closer to his head this time. The first one looked like a gargoyle, didn't move an inch. That one he had to spin out of the way of as it was coming towards his teeth. But he's in a 2-1 count here with 2 down, 2 men on. Billingsley at second, Marsick at first. The 2-1 will catch him this time. 3 straight pitches run inside from Rocket. And after the hit by pitch to Barker, we're going to be back to the top of the order. The center fielder, Elijah Reeves, stepping in, looking to bring home at least a spud or 2. In his first at-bat, Reeves jumped on the first pitch he saw and popped out to the first baseman. That offering to him will miss outside. 1-0 to Elijah Reeves. We also caught up with during the last homestand, local Casper kid. That one to him misses away, and it's now 2-0 to Elijah. As Weston Johnston out to the mound to talk to his starting pitcher, Derek Rocket, after he's gone a little wild here. 5 straight balls for Rocket. We reset the 2-0. Will miss high once more. 3-0 to Elijah Reeves with nowhere to put him. The 3-0 from Rocket. Will miss high. 7 straight balls for Derek Rocket. And it'll bring home the first run of the game for the Spuds as Billingsley comes in after Elijah Reeves earns a walk. The bases remain loaded. And with 2 out, Trent Rucker will step in here. Trent went down swinging in the first inning. Looking to put the ball in play here as he awaits the 0-0, and it'll miss high. 8 straight balls for Derek Rocket, who's looking a little rocky here in the bottom of the second inning. Rocket, a sophomore at Arkansas Tech from Higbee, Missouri. Looking to get out of this skid here. The 2-0, apologies, the 1-0 will be dropped in. And the count now 1-1. The 1-1 will be swung through by Rucker. He took a big hack at that one as he ended up a bit off balance. He steps in, reset here. The 1-2 from Rocket will miss high. And the count's even once more at 2-2. With 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Marsick on third, Barker at second, Reeves at first. Rucker at the dish as he awaits the 2-2 from Rocket. And it'll be swung on and skip foul. A weak chopper to the first baseman, Ryan Jarvis, that thankfully went foul for the Spuds as everyone returns to their bag. Rocket has stranded 12 hitters already here in the ILB season. Looking to make it 15. The 2-2 will be skied down the right field line, but pushed foul by Rucker. Defensive swing to stay alive on a close pitch there. Fired in by Derek Rocket. Count remains 2-2. Here comes Rocket. It'll miss high. Good at bat here from Trent Rucker. Fighting off the close ones, spitting on the bad ones. And we got a full count here at Mike Lansing Field as the crowd tries to back up their left fielder. The 3-2 to Trent Rucker. Will miss outside. And it'll bring another run home, back-to-back runs in for the Spuds due to the free pass given up by Derek Rocket. And they take the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. As the man who clobbered the only hit of the ball game here so far for the Spuds, Jack Opine, steps in. He ripped a 2-out double in the first inning. Looking for a 2-out double here in the second. The first one to him misses high. And Rocket, after breezing basically through the first, other than Opine, he had 2 Ks in the first inning. He added 2 more this inning. But struggling with the command here, he gets back on track. 1-1 now to Jack Opine. The 1-1. It was apparently 0-2, and that one was called strike 3 to Jack Opine, as the Spuds will leave the bases loaded, but they do bring in 2 runs by way of the walk. Volmar steps out to the mound in the third frame with the lead. We'll head to the third as the Spuds lead it 2-1.
Looking for reliable power solutions built to perform? Look no further than Moser Energy Systems in Evansville. Moser is a leading provider of diversified, distributed power systems. We deliver cutting-edge power where and when you need it most. Trusted by industries worldwide, powered by Wyoming pride. Visit moserenergy.com today. When it comes to piping solutions, you can count on the industrial piping specialists in Casper, serving the energy, construction, and industrial sectors with top quality products and unmatched service. For piping done right, on time, and on budget, trust the experts at IPS. Visit them at 928 North Robertson Road today.
When it comes to reliable infrastructure, Duraline and Casper is leading the way. As a trusted manufacturer of high-performance conduit and cable protection, Duraline helps the connections that keep Wyoming and the world running strong. From broadband to energy, their solutions are in any environment. Represented in Casper, trusted everywhere, Duraline, creating connections that matter.
We're back at the ballpark here in Mike Lansing Field. Spuds lead it 2-1 over the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off the inning for the Sodbusters is the third baseman, Jaden Shabry. The 1-1 to Shabry will be skied down the right field line, but pushed foul. The 1-2 from Volmar will miss high, and the count is now 2-2. Shabry fouls that one off to keep the count at 2-2. Volmar misses outside, and the count is now full. 3-2 to the leadoff man here in the top of the third inning. The payoff from Volmar will be skied out to the outfield. Rucker calls off Opine, and he makes the play. One down here in the top of the third. As the right fielder, Luke Cossey, will step in here. Cossey singled in the first inning. First one to him will be pumped in by Volmar. Good heater there at the knees, as Cossey couldn't pick it up. The 0-1 will be ripped straight into the backstop, netting quickly 0-2 to Luke Cossey. The 0-2 will be a called strike three on the outer half. Cossey goes down looking. And Volmar gets his second K of the game here. 2 down as the catcher, Weston Johnston, steps in now. Johnston also singling in the first inning. He will rip the first pitch he sees over the head of Caden Wilcox at second. And he's on with his second single of the day. The first baseman, Ryan Jarvis, is going to step in now. He struck out swinging to end the first inning. First one to him will miss away. 1-0. Johnston, the early MVP for this Sodbusters team, is going to take away again, and it's now 2-0. To the Van Alstyne, Texas native. That one be ripped out to the outfield. Rucker's got a beat on it. And he makes a play for the third out here in the top of the third. Volmar keeps the Sodbusters off the board as we head to the bottom of the third with the same one we started this inning with. 2-1 Spuds.
This season, fuel your Spud spirit with the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi, one of the official drinks of your Casper Spuds. Whether you're cheering from the stands or the couch, Pepsi is the perfect game day companion. Ice cold, bold, and made for fans like you. Grab a Pepsi and let's go Spuds. Looking for bold flavors and great vibes? Swing by Stahoo's Brewery and Tap Room, the official brewery of your Casper Spuds. Located at 1015 East C Street in Casper, locally brewed beers, rotating taps, and a chill, welcoming atmosphere make it the perfect spot to unwind. Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or just looking to try something new, Stahoo's has a pour waiting for you. Great beer, great people, that's the Stahoo's way. See you there and go Spuds.
Back at Mike Lansing Field here in the bottom of the third inning, we apologize for the technical difficulties that are plaguing the broadcast here today. It's always something. But we're going to push through it. Leading off the inning for the Casper Spuds is going to be the first baseman, River Smith. He swung through that first offering from Rocket, and he'll take the second one, but it'll be a called strike. It's quickly 0-2 to River Smith, who went down looking in the first inning. He will chop that one high over the third base side bleachers to keep the count at 0-2. Rocket with the delivery. It'll be skied out to the outfield. Crane's got a read on it, and he makes the play. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Hunter Billingsley, the DH, is going to step in now. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning and looks to reach a base again here with one down. The first one to him will be pumped in for a strike. The 0-1 will be chopped by Billingsley on a little bit of half swing, and it's quickly 0-2. apologies again. We are trying to get this stream up to the quality it should be for you folks at home. Trying my best up here. I didn't major in technician work. I majored in media, and that's what I'm trying to bring to you folks. Catching up, Hunter Billingsley ripped a double out to right center as he's standing on second. Cale McCarville in a 1-2 count was drilled by a pitch that he thankfully avoided any major damage on. That one will definitely hurt over the next few days. But there are 2 men on with only 1 out here as another mound meeting comes for the Sodbusters. Head coach Josh Printer out to the mound for a meeting with everybody in the infield. As the first baseman, Matt Marsick, steps in now with 2 men on and only 1 out. Rocket pumps in a first pitch strike to the Spuds right fielder, who walked in the second inning. That one misses in the dirt, and the count is now 1-1 to Matt Marsick. Rocket comes set, keeping an eye on Billingsley. The 1-1 will be swung on and missed by Matt Marsick, and the count is now 1-2. The 1-2 will miss on the outer half. Some of the Sodbusters wanted the call. You can tell by the body language after that one was called a ball to even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 will miss away. Count full once again to Matt Marsick. That one ripped over the head of Moreira at second. Billingsley will come around to score. They'll hold McCarville at first. Marsick, trying to stretch that one into a double, will be thrown out at second. But on the RBI single from Matt Marsick, a run will come home for the Spuds, bringing the lead to 3-1. Caden Wilcox will step in now with a man on third base. Wilcox, after sitting a couple games in his first at-bat, struck out swinging. The first pitch to him missed outside, and it's 1-0 to Wilcox. The 1-0 from Rocket will miss high, and the count now 2-0 to Caden Wilcox. Rocket fires, and that one was cut through by Wilcox, but he came up empty, pushing the count to 2-1. The 2-1 will be swung on and missed again. Looked like a called foul tip there by the home plate umpire. But regardless, the count is now 2-2 with 2 outs. Here it is. It'll be just above Wilcox's head. A common theme here for Rocket. Struggling with the command. And another full count to a Spuds hitter. As Rocket come set. Here it is. It'll be skied up over the press box here. And the count will remain 3-2 to Caden Wilcox. He rips that one again, this time off a window up here in the press box. Still 3-2. As we reset at the ballpark, the 3-2 once again. Will miss low and away. Wilcox, fighting off a couple close pitches, earns himself a walk. And with 2 down and runners on the corners now, stepping in will be the catcher, Brody Barker. Brody in the second inning was hit by a pitch. And looking to keep this inning alive for the Casper Spuds. They lead it 3-1 after tacking on another run here in the bottom of the third. Rocket looking to avoid any more damage. The first one to Barker will be dropped in for a called strike one. The second one will skip between the catcher's legs, and McCarville will score easily. That one getting away from Weston Johnston. Wilcox will advance into scoring position, and another run on the board for the Casper Spuds as they lead this one 4-1 now. Although the Sodbusters are leading in hits right now, 6-3. The Spuds lead it by 3. That one on the outer half, called a strike. And the count after the wild pitch and called strike is 1-2 to Brody Barker. His favorite player in the MLB right now, JT Realmuto. All time, Dustin the Laser Show Pedroia, as he chops one to the first baseman Jarvis. He collects and takes it to the bag himself. 3 down here in the bottom of the third inning. But they take a 3-run lead as we head to the fourth. Spuds lead it 4-1.
Hungry for pizza that hits the spot every time? Order from Papa John's. Made with fresh dough, quality ingredients, and that signature garlic sauce you love. Whether you want classic pepperoni, loaded veggie, or something new, Papa John's delivers hot, fresh, and ready to enjoy. Plus, with easy online ordering and fast delivery, your perfect pizza night is just a few clicks away. Choose Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Life in Casper can throw you curveballs, blizzards, hailstorms, or the unexpected fender bender. That's why your local State Farm agents are here, ready to help you and protect what matters most. From auto and home to life and business, they've got you covered. Visit your Casper agent today and get the coverage you deserve. Local support you can count on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back at Mike Lansing Field here in the top of the fourth inning. Leading it off for the Sodbusters will be the left fielder, Jackson Crane. As the Spuds have jumped out to a 4-1 lead after Hastings took an early 1-0 lead in the top of the second. That one tattooed by Crane down the left field line, but pulled well foul. Spuds with back-to-back 2-run innings as they lead this one 4-1. The 0-1 from Volmar will be chopped to Opine at second. Short, apologies. He gloves and fires it over to River Smith at first. And 2 pitches into the first at bat here in the top of the 4th inning results in an out for the Spuds. The DH, Jude Greaves, will step in here. Greaves singled in the top of the 2nd inning. The first one to him from Volmar will miss outside. 1-0. Greaves, a sophomore at Metropolitan Community College in Kansas City, Missouri. He's from Oak Grove, Missouri. And he's in a 1-1 count. Here it is. It'll be skied high, but will end up into the grandstands here as it bounces off the Stahoo's brewery tent. And it'll push the count to 1-2. Volmar looking strong on the mound here. He's worked around the 6 hits he's allowed. Has only allowed 1 earned. The 1-2 will be chopped up and over the press box here. As Greaves fighting in this one. Here's the 1-2. It'll be ripped out to the outfield. It's going to get past Trent Rucker out there in left center. He collects it on the warning track. And Jude Greaves, the DH for the Sodbusters, hitting his Archer celebration as he cruises into second base with a 1-out double. Jet Hannaford, the center fielder, will step in now. He's 1 for 1 with the single. Or apologies, he ripped a double in the 2nd inning. Volmar looking to bounce back from the double, given up to Greaves. As Hannaford, after the long pause from Volmar, who was in a staring contest with the Sodbusters DH Jude Greaves at second, keeping him close. Wilcox there as well. The first one chopped outside of the reach of Volmar. Wilcox will collect and flip it on over to River Smith at first. 2 down as Greaves advances to third. And the 9-hole hitter, Christian Loera, looking to drive in another run here for the Sodbusters, as he did in the 2nd inning, where he ripped a line drive single out to Elijah Reeves. The first one to Loera will be pumped in. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Volmar. It'll miss a bit high. Counts even at 1-1. Volmar has been attacking the zone. As he said, man of his word, the 1-1 will miss a bit low. Count now 2-1 to Christian Loera. Good frame job there by Brody Barker, pulling that pitch that looked a little bit outside back into the strike zone. And the count now 2-2 with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. A man on third. Volmar looking to get out of it. Here it is. It'll be fouled off of Loera as he stays alive and keeps the count at 2-2. The Sodbusters, while they do have their guys who have been leading the charge to this undefeated start to the season, have been doing it by committee. Lots of different guys stepping up in different moments for the Sodbusters team. And Loera looking for his second RBI of the day. The 2-2 once more from Volmar will miss a bit high to push the count full. Volmar has stayed out of the walk column here in this one, in jeopardy of giving up his first. The 3-2 will miss a bit high, and it'll put runners on the corners with 2 down for the top of the order for the Hastings Sodbusters. The second baseman, Drew Vega, stepping in here. He's 0 for 2 here today, grounding out to Jack Opine at short. And he also grounded into that inning-ending double play in the second, as the first one to him missed. Volmar looking for an out somehow, some way. The 1-0 will miss high again. It's now 2-0 to Drew Vega. Vega, redshirt sophomore at Arkansas Tech, is from Dardanelle, Arkansas. The 2-0 to him will be swung on, and it'll be right to Matt Marsick out there in right as Volmar steps off the mound here in the top of the 4th inning, keeping the score where it was. Spuds lead 4-1.
Racca's is committed to bringing the best parts of old world quality food and service in a dynamic, fun, and inviting atmosphere where you experience a true taste of Italian hospitality. No passport required. Head to Racca's Pizzeria right here in downtown Casper. Quality Brands is a family-owned and operated beer, wine, spirits, and non-alcoholic beverage distributor, with 8 warehouses in Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and South Dakota, proudly representing the best beverage brands in the industry. Check out Quality Brands of Casper to strike out your thirst.
Each day the sun will rise and fall. We face challenges, the oil field evolves, and Vault finds solutions. Privately owned with a singular focus on wellhead products and services, Vault Pressure Control was built from the ground up to face the industry challenges head on. With safety at our core, Vault's equipment and services are engineered to provide versatile solutions to fit your operational needs. Experience the evolution of wellhead.
We're back at the ballpark here in the bottom of the 4th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters is going to be number 23, Brock Cross. who has pitched an inning and 2/3 here in this one. He has been credited with the win. He's only given up 1 hit, no earned, 1 K as well for Cross. As the top of the order steps in for the Spuds, Elijah Reeves. The first one from Cross will be delivered for a strike. That one by Reeves ripped to Moreira at second, at short, apologies. And he fires over to first. Jarvis there on the bag to make the play. As Trent Rucker steps in now with a man away. Cross from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, goes to Washington State, up in my neck of the woods. Pullman, Washington. He's a freshman at WSU. The first one to Rucker missed outside. 1-0. Here it is. It'll be swung on and missed, and the count now 1-1 to number 21. Cross working with a 167 batting average against. That one by Rucker is ripped to Shrabry at third. He tosses it over to Jarvis, who holds on, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jack Opine stepping in here with 2 men away, looking to get the Spuds on base here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Avoid a quick 1-2-3 out of the pen for Cross, as Opine awaits the 0-0. Cross will drop in a strike on the outer half. Showing good stuff here early in this outing is Cross. The 0-1 to Opine will be chopped nearly into the Sodbusters dugout, but it'll bounce off a pole out over there to push the count to 0-2. Opine rips one down the right field line, but it's well foul. The 0-2 from Cross will be ripped back into the backstop netting as he's firing in strikes. Opine having to swing the lumber to stay alive. Count remains 0-2 to the Spuds shortstop. Here it is once more. He'll swing at that one and go down by way of the K here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 1-2-3 relief outing here for Brock Cross out of the bullpen as we head to the 5th inning here in Mike Lansing Field. Spuds still lead it 4-1.
If you're visiting Casper for business, adventure, or just passing through town, Best Western has you covered. With clean, comfortable rooms, free hot breakfast, and a staff that treats you like family, you'll feel right at home, whether near or far. With 3 convenient locations, Best Western in Casper is your base camp for everything Wyoming. Book your stay and rest easy today. It's the crack of the bat, roar of the crowd, and an ice-cold Budweiser in your hand. Budweiser is the perfect companion to every pitch, hit, and home run. Brewed for those who live for the game and savor the moment. This season, make it a Bud. Budweiser. This Bud is for you.
Leading off the away half of the 5th inning will be the third baseman, Jaden Shawbury. First one to him missed low and away. The second offering from Volmar will miss high, and it's now 2-0 to Shawbury. The 2-0 from Volmar will be dropped in there. 2-1 now. Shawbury 0 for 2 here today. He grounded out to third in his first at-bat. That one, nice diving stop there by Smith. It would have been extra bases potentially for Shawbury if Smith didn't get a glove on that one. He almost made a beautiful diving catch over there at first. But it will be a single for Jaden Shawbury as he beat Volmar to the bag after Smith collected the ball that dribbled away from his mitt. And a leadoff single for the Sodbusters as they look to tack some runs on the board here in the top of the 5th inning. Volmar checking on Shawbury over there at first as he dives back in safely. The right fielder, Luke Cossey, is in now. He's 1 for 2 with the strikeout as Volmar checks again on Jaden Shawbury. The first pitch to Cossey will be fired in. Good fastball for a first pitch strike there from Ty Volmar. The 0-1 will miss high and outside. And the count is even at 1-1. With Jaden Shawbury on at first, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-1 will catch the outer half of the plate. 1-2 now. To the Sodbusters right fielder. Volmar refocusing on the man at the plate. The 1-2 will be skied high over the third base side bleachers. Out of play. Count remains 1-2. Volmar comes set. And he'll miss outside and away. Apologies, outside and high. And the count's even once again. Now 2-2 as Volmar checks on Shawbury once more. That ball might have skipped off his shoulder as Shawbury's shaking it out over there at first. Two-two count to the man at the dish in Luke Cossey. Volmar with the delivery. And he'll miss high. Count now full to the Sodbusters right fielder. Full count. That one will be skied out to right. Marsick on the warning track, still going back. He'll make the play right up against the wall. Casa a couple feet away from a 2-run homer, but Matt Marsick up to the task, making the catch on the warning track. First out here in the top of the 5th inning. The catcher, Weston Johnston, steps in here. He's 2 for 2 in this ball game, as Volmar again checks on Jaden Shabry. The first pitch to Johnston will be ripped to Opine at short. He bobbles it 6-4. 3, but not in time as it skipped out of River Smith's glove. But the man at second in Jaden Shabry down holding his ankle. He went hard into the bag trying to avoid the double play. He's thankfully up on his own accord, but walking off gingerly. There will be 2 outs in the inning as Johnston reaches on the fielder's choice. We'll see if the third baseman, Jaden Shabry, can continue. We'll get to an update as soon as we can. The man at the plate will be the first baseman, Ryan Jarvis. He rips the first pitch he sees. Reeves over to his left, makes a nice running grab. And the score remains at 4-1. Ty Volmar showing his elite stuff like he did all 2024 ILB season. He's coming around here in this one. Spuds lead it 4-1 as we get ready for the dance party here at Mike Lansing Field. We'll be right back.
Looking to get active and connect with your community? The YMCA of Natrona County and Casper has something for everyone. State-of-the-art fitness equipment, youth programs, swim lessons, and more. Whether you're chasing goals or just getting started, the Y is here for you. Visit CasperYMCA.org and join a community that moves you forward. Craving legendary pizza and a family-friendly buffet? Head to the Pizza Ranch, located at 5011 East 2nd Street. Load up on hot pizza, crispy chicken, and our famous cactus bread. Perfect for family nights, team celebrations, or just feeding those cravings. Swing on by or order online at pizzaranch.com, where every meal is a hit.
Back in Casper, Wyoming, here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spuds lead it 4-1. Leading off the home half of the 5th inning will be the first baseman, River Smith. Cross still on the mound for the Sodbusters after a quick 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th inning. He's back out for the fifth in hopes of the same. The first one to Smith missed low. It's 1-0. Here it is. That one chopped just outside of the third base bag. Foul. Count even at 1-1. River Smith looking for his first hit in this one. He went down looking in the first, popped out to left in the third. The third offering to him will miss away, and it's now 2-1 to River. That one catches the arm side black. Apologies, it missed outside, and it's now 3-1 to River Smith. The 3-1 from cross will be caught by the second baseman, Drew Vega. That flare looked like it was going to get over his head, but he collected and got the first out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The DH, Hunter Billingsley, stepping in now. He's reached in both plate appearances. First being hit by a pitch in the second and doubling in the third. The Sodbusters have 8 hits here today, doubling the Spuds, who are sitting at 3. But the Spuds double their lead and some, as it's 4-1. The first one by Billingsley is skied just out to the short outfield, out in center. 1 pitch, 2 down now. After Billingsley pops up to Vega, who collects his second out here in the inning. The third baseman, Cale McCarville, stepping into the batter's box. First one to Cale misses inside, 1-0. I'm sure he doesn't want to be hit by another pitch in this one, as he was in the third. He struck out in the second. This one's skied up and over the press box here at Mike Lansing Field. Out of play. That'll push the count to 1-1 for Cale McCarville. The 1-1 from cross will miss in the dirt. Now 2-1. To the redshirt sophomore at Fort Scott Community College, the 2-1 will be chopped up and over at the press box once again. Count seesaws back even. 2-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The 2-2 will be a called strike 3. Cross comes out of the pen and is given the Sodbusters life here, as he has back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Volmar coming out looking for his 6th inning of work here as we turn to the 6th frame at Mike Lansing Field. We'll be right back.
When it comes to tires, brakes, and peace of mind, Trust Les Schwab Tire Center. With 2 convenient Casper locations, you'll get expert service, free tire checks, and the care you deserve. Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. From garage doors to openers, trust the Overhead Door Company of Casper. Reliable, quality service you can count on. Locally owned and proudly serving Casper. Overhead Door, the genuine, the original.
Back at the ballpark here in the top of the 6th inning, leading off will be the left fielder, Jackson Crane. He skies the first one we see. High, just up over my head here in the press box. If there wasn't a roof, I could have made a great snag. But the count is 0-1. That one ripped out to the left field. Down the line, Rucker just now collecting. He comes up firing and throws a rope into second. That's going to be added to the scouting report, that's for sure. Thankfully, Crane got out of the box in a hurry with, I'm sure, extra bases on his mind after he tattooed that one. But again, a rocket from Trent Rucker. Frozen rope over to Wilcox at second. Crane on second as Jude Graves steps in now. He rips one out to left field. Rucker going back. He makes a catch on the warning track. Crane is going to test him once more. The throw looked like it got him. The umpire in the field, Scott Roberts, on the bang-bang play there, agreeing with the Sodbusters. That one just deep enough for Crane to advance to third. But Trent Rucker showing off the cannon out there in left on back-to-back plays. Unfortunately unable to get an out. The center fielder, Jet Hannaford, will step in now with one man down and a man on third. The first one to him will catch the outer half, 0-1. Hannaford 1 for 2 here today with a double. The 0-1 to him will miss high. Good stop by Brody Barker, firing out of the catcher's position to catch that one above his head. The 1-1 will miss high again. Now 2-1 to Jet Hannaford. As I mentioned earlier, from Mountain Home, Arkansas. He went to high school at Mountain Home High School. He was also a football player there. The 2-1 to him will be chopped just up over the first base side bleachers to even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 from Volmar will be swung on and missed. Big strike three there from Big Country, as they like to call him. And 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. The 9-hole hitter, Christian Loera, steps in with his teammate on third, looking to bring him home. But the first one from Volmar will be a fastball at the belt that all he can do is look at, and the count is 0-1. The 0-1 from Volmar is going to miss a bit high, and the count's even at ones. Volmar been stranding runners all night, looking to strand another here. The 1-1 will miss inside, and the count is now 2-1. The 2-1 will miss a bit high. Count now 3-1 to Christian Loera. Volmar at 89 pitches here in this outing. The 90th will be ball 4 to the 9-hole hitter Loera. And there's going to be runners on the corners with 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning, as the order flips back over to Drew Vega, the leadoff hitter for the Sodbusters, 0 for 3 here today. Looking for a big knock. Barker out for a meeting, as well as pitching coach Matt Jeffreyon, as the Spuds look to get on the same page here before facing the leadoff man. Volmar has gotten the better of Vega, but it's the constant game of baseball. You can try to attack what has worked, but has the batter adjusted his approach? It's the ever-changing, ever-moving battle of America's pastime that we know and love. And as the tying run steps in, Volmar comes set. The 0-0 to Vega will be a called strike 1. Fastball again pumped in at the belt. The 0-1. It's going to be a called strike on the outer half, and it's quickly 0-2 to Drew Vega. He hit .222 in 22 games played at Arkansas Tech this past season. The 0-2, as the runner breaks for second, that one is going to be just foul. Thankfully for the Spuds, as 2 runners would have scored, Christian Loera, the man who was on first, had a good jump on that one and was rounding third when the ball landed foul. The count remains 0-2 to Drew Vega as the runners return to their previous spots. The 0-2 will be ripped to Caden Wilcox. He doesn't move a muscle except for pulling that glove up to make the out there. Vega has been hitting the ball well, but unable to find a hole. And with that, there's 3 outs in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Spuds still lead it 4-1.
At Banner Health, Wyoming Medical Center, your health is a priority. From emergency care to everyday checkups, the Casper team is here for you, providing trusted care close to home. Banner Health, excellence in every heartbeat. At Central Wyoming Counseling Center in Casper, Your mental well-being matters. From everyday counseling to crisis services, we are here to help you heal, grow, and thrive. Hope starts here at CWCC.
Craving comfort food anytime, day or night? Head to Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Whether it's pancakes at midnight, burgers for breakfast, or coffee to fuel your day, Denny's has you covered. With friendly service, affordable prices, and something for everyone, it's the perfect spot to gather, relax, and dig in. So why wait? Swing by Denny's today, where good food and great memories are always on the menu.
Back here at Mike Lansing Field in the home half of the 6th inning. Cross still on the mound for the Sodbusters, looking for his 3rd inning of work. As Matt Marsick leads off the inning for your Casper Spuds. He fouled the first pitch he saw back. Really got to work on that one. And it's 0-1. Second pitch to him is going to be in at the knees. And it's quickly 0-2 to the Spuds right fielder. The 0-2 will be chopped. And it's going to be booted by the shortstop, Moreira. Would have been a tough play as the third baseman, Jaden Chabry, cut in front of him trying to field it. Both unable to, and Marsick will be on first with a leadoff single. Stepping in will be the second baseman, Caden Wilcox. He's 0 for 1 here today with a walk and a strikeout. Cross checking over on Marsick, keeping him honest over there at first, as he was doing a little bit of dancing before the first pitch to Wilcox. Here is the first offering to him, and he's going to sky that one down the right field line, but well foul. Wilcox looking for his first hit here today. The 0-1, he shows bunt. He pulled it back thinking it was outside, but it was a called strike. So the count quickly 0-2 to Wilcox. The 0-2 offering from Cross misses outside. Now 1-2 to Wilcox. Wilcox rips that one out to the outfield. And that one's going to get off the base of the wall. Hannaford having a hard time to collect. He's going to get it in just in time to see Matt Marsick cross first. And Caden Wilcox rips a triple out to slight right center field. Back-to-back men reaching for the Casper Spuds. The Sodbusters bring the infield in with Wilcox on third. Brody Barker, the catcher, steps in looking to bring his teammate home. The first one to him, high and inside. Barker 0 for 1 here today. He has been hit by a pitch. The 1-0 to him will miss away and skip away back to the backstop And Wilcox will trot in as the Spuds score their second run here in quick succession. And they now lead it 6-1. Again, the Sodbusters dominating in the hit department with 9. Spuds only at 5 hits, but have brought around 6 runs to score in this ball game. Cross upsetted himself after the wild pitch, pumps in a 2-0 strike to bring the count to 2-1. Barker rips one down the first base line, but up over the party deck and foul. The 2-2 to Barker. He'll rip that one out to right. Casa giving chase, but that one's going to end up in the Spuds bullpen as the count to Brody Barker stays at 2-2. The 2-2. Barker staying alive, fighting everything off down the right side of the field here, as that one's up over the party deck once again. Count remains 2-2. If you need a haircut, call Brody. It's apparently a pretty good barber. Cross finally on the same page with his catcher. The 2-2 will be ripped to him. He tried to barehand it. The third baseman does barehand, but it won't be in time. Cross tried to field the chopper to him with his bare hand. I'm sure it was just reaction. It skipped off of his hand. Jaden Shabry with a good barehanded field and throw over to first, but it wasn't in time to get Brody Barker as he's on with the single. And we're back to the top of the order for the Casper Spuds. Elijah Reeves stepping in with 2 outs and a man on first. Or apologies, nobody out here in this inning. Reeves lays down a bunt. He will advance Brody Barker to second on the sacrifice. He, of course, made it close over there at first. With 1 down, Trent Rucker steps in with a runner in scoring position. Trent 0 for 2 here today with a walk and a K. The first one to him misses outside and away. 1-0 to Trent Rucker. I'm still thinking about those throws that he had out and left, although he was unable to get the runner both times. Just absolute lasers from Trent. Speaking of laser, Cross pumping in one for a strike. 1-1 count to Trent Rucker. Brody Barker over on second. The pitcher for the Sodbusters, Cross, comes set. Here's the 1-1. Rucker will swing through that one, and it's 1-2 now to Trent Rucker. The 1-2 will be skied up over the press box here. Well out of play. As we reset, the 1-2 will be skied out to right. Casa's got a read on it, and he makes the play. It was to short right field, so Brody Barker stays put on second. With 2 down, the shortstop, Jack Opine, will step in now. Talked to Jack a bit over the weekend. Him and Trent go way back playing baseball since they were kids out there in Texas. Both of them bringing their talents here to the Casper Spuds as he looks to tack on another run in the inning here for the Spuds. Their third 2-run inning of the game here, which gives them a 6-1 lead. The first one to Opine missed. Here's the 1-0. He will chop that one to the shortstop. And a good pick there off the bounce by Ryan Jarvis at first. Moreira firing it over to him. Spuds strand 1, but they tack on 2 and lead it 6-1 as we head to the 7th.
Stay informed with KTWO, Casper's home for breaking news, weather, and local stories that matter to you. From sunrise to sign off, our team brings you the coverage you can count on. KTWO, your news, your station. For home improvement done right, head to Sutherland's. From lumber and tools to paint and patio furniture, we've got everything you need to tackle your next project. Sutherland's, helping Casper build better every day.
Back at the ballpark here in the 7th inning. The third baseman, Jaden Shabry, leads off for the Hastings Sodbusters. Ty Volmar's day is done after 6 innings of great work. He gave up 9 hits, but only allowed 1 earned run. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts for the right-hander. Lefty on the mound now, making his Spuds debut, is going to be number 18, Lawson Moreno. Moreno has Strawberry in a 1-2 count. The 1-2 from the lefty will be ripped out to Reeves, who's closing hard. Wilcox steals it from him. Thankfully, the Spuds do avoid a collision, but Wilcox makes the play, and there's one down here in the top of the 7th. The right fielder, Luke Cossey, stepping in now. Cossey 1 for 3 here today with the K. First one to him, pumped in there, 0-1. Moreno, I believe, at Northern Oklahoma, quickly has Cossey in an 0-2 hole here. That one's ripped to Wilcox. He's up with it. And over to Smith at first. Moreno out of the pen with 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. The catcher, Weston Johnston, looking to avoid a quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Sodbusters. He's 2 for 3 here today with 2 singles. The first one to him misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to the Sodbusters catcher. Moreno gets him to swing and miss it that one to even up the count at 1-1. Before Northern Oklahoma College, Moreno was at Stephen F. Austin. He's from Katy, Texas. The 1-1 from the lefty will be swung on and missed again. Johnston, 2 awkward swings there back to back. And Moreno 1 pitch away from a quick 1-2-3, top of the 7th inning out of the pen. The lefty delivers. It'll miss just a bit outside. And the count evens up once more at 2-2. The 2-2 will be swung on and missed. Moreno gets his first strikeout in a Spuds uniform. And the first lefty here for the Spuds gets the job done. We head to the home half of the 7th inning as we get set to stretch here at Mike Lansing Field. Back at Mike Lansing Field in the bottom of the 7th inning. Don't forget to follow your Casper Spuds on Instagram at Spuds Baseball for all the Spuds content you want and need. Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning, it's going to be the first baseman, River Smith. New pitcher on the mound for the Sodbusters is going to be a lefty, Jacob Boldoin. Boldoin at Arkansas Tech. He hails from St. John sur Richelieu, Quebec, Canada. The redshirt freshman at Arkansas Tech. He's got River Smith in a 1-1 count here. That one misses to River Smith, and the count is now 2-1. Two one from Baudouin. Will miss outside. 3-1 count now to River Smith. That one ripped down the left field line, but foul. Full count to River Smith. Looking for his first hit here today. The payoff from Boldoin is going to catch Smith on the back, and he'll take his base the hard way after being hit by a pitch. Leadoff man on for the Spuds will tee up the DH, Hunter Billingsley. Billingsley, 1 for 2 here today with a double. He was also hit by a pitch, that one from Boldoin. It's going to be pumped in there for strike 1. Spuds leading this one 6-1. Here in the bottom of the 7th, looking to add more. The 0-1 to Billingsley will miss outside and get away from the catcher Johnston as Smith advances into scoring position. And the count moves to 1-1 for H. Bills. Billingsley came around to score twice. Both times he reached base. Here's the 1-1. It'll be pumped in there by Boldoin. One-two count to Hunter Billingsley. Here's the delivery. He will rip that one to the third baseman, and he can't come up with it. As Smith will advance to third, Billingsley on at first with a hard hit single to the third baseman, Jaden Shabry. He got low on it and tried to field the hop, but was unable to collect. And there will be runners on the corners for the Spuds third baseman, Cale McCarville. Cale 0 for 2 here today. He has struck out twice. He's also been hit by a pitch. The first one to him by Boldoin will catch the arm side black. 0-1 to Cale McCarville. Billingsley with a light lead over there at first. The lefty delivers to McCarville, and he'll swing through that one. It's quickly 0-2 to the Spuds third baseman here today. The 0-2 from Boldoin will miss inside and get away. And Smith will trot home for the Spuds. They lead it now 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Billingsley also advancing into scoring position, now on second. As the lefty Boldoin struggling with the command here. Boldoin, 1 inning pitched here in the season. He gave up 2 earned runs, allowed a hit, 2 walks. No wild pitches to this point, but now I believe 2 here in this outing. As back-to-back pitches have missed, and McCarville has dug himself out of an 0-2 count to even it up at 2-2. Here's the delivery. He'll rip that one right back into the backstop as the fans front row there at home plate flinch. It takes a trained vet down there to not flinch at those, even though the net is there to protect you. Got to be an experienced home plate sitter, as that one is fouled off by number 22, and the count will remain 2-2. Boldoin comes set. The 2-2 will be fouled off again by Cale McCarville, just up over the first base side bleachers. We'll do the 2-2 once more. The 2-2 again will be high to push the count full. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Boldoin has thrown 18 pitches, still yet to get an out. The 3-2 will miss high, and McCarville is on by way of the walk. With still nobody out, the right fielder, Matt Marsick, will dig in here. Marsick 2 for 2 here today with the walk. He rips the first pitch he sees high down the left field line, but well out of play. The 0-1 will miss low. Counts even again at 1-1. Billingsley on second, McCarville on first, Marsick at the dish. That one will miss low again. And the count now 2-1 to the Spuds right fielder. Johnston firing down to first as the Spuds are keeping the space on the bags. Marsick swings through that one. 2-2 count to Matt Marsick here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Spuds have crawled back into the hits category as well, as they're now up to 7. That one is going to be in foul territory. Shabbery does make the play as Marsick fouls out to the third baseman. And with one down, Caden Wilcox will step in now. He ripped a triple in his last at-bat out to right center field as the Spuds tacked on another run. Here's the first offering from Bowdoin as Johnston fires again down to first, trying to get Cale McCarville sleeping over there off the bag, but he dives back in safely. The first offering to Wilcox missed. Here's the 1-0. He'll rip it straight back, and the count will be 1-1. Wilcox 1 for 2 with the triple, as I mentioned. An RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. The 1-1 to him. Will be skied up over the first base side bleachers. And the count's now 1-2. Bowdoin comes set. Here's the pitch. It'll be high to Wilcox. Count now 2-2 to number 13. The 2-2 will be skied, but it's going to land on the first base side over there. Bouncing off the dugout and landing over on the party deck over there. Count remains 2-2 to Wilcox. Only one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wilcox rips one on the ground to second, on to short, and a high throw at first will not get him as he's safe. He takes a tumble after bouncing off the bag. They will get McCarville at second. Quick hands by Vega to flip it over to his shortstop, Loera. There are runners on the corners for the Spuds with 2 down now. The 9-hole hitter, Brody Barker, will step in here. Brody 1 for 2 here today. He swings at the first pitch he sees and rips it into the first base side netting. The 0-1 will miss low and away. Now 1-1 to Barker. Barker rips one down the right field line, but it'll land over by the batting cages here at Mike Lansing Field. Spuds, after falling early in the second, 1-0, have just chipped away at the Sodbusters and lead it 7-1. Barker chipping away at pitches here, fouling off the close ones as the count remains 1-2 to him after a couple foul balls. Barker slaps one the other way. It's going to be an RBI single for Brody Barker as Wilcox advances to second. The Spuds add another run here. Their 4th 2-run inning of the ball game. And the score is now 8-1 Spuds as we're back to the top of the order in Elijah Reeves. Meant to say it at the top of the broadcast. Elijah, one of the kindest kids out there, always shaking hands with the umpires, shaking hands with the opposing catcher. You don't see that every day, and I think you should, especially when you're a damn good ball player, as the count is now 1-1 to Elijah Reeves. The 1-1 from Bowdoin will be chopped by Reeves to the third baseman. He gloves it, and Strawberry on the run will get him at first. Spuds, with their fourth two-run inning of the game, now lead this one 8-1 as we head to the top of the eighth inning.
Craving legendary food and service? Head on down to Texas Roadhouse in Evansville, where the steaks are hand-cut, the rolls are hot and fresh, and the energy is always high. Whether it's a family dinner or a night out with friends, Texas Roadhouse is here for you. Located at 210 Miracle Street, be sure to come hungry, and we know you'll leave happy. Legendary food, legendary service, that's Texas Roadhouse.
Back at the ballpark in the top of the eighth inning, Spuds lead this one 8-1. New pitcher on the mound, making his Spuds debut here, is going to be number 20, Matthew Ramos. The man from Temple, Texas, coming to us from Nelson University to join some of his teammates here in Casper Spuds Purple. The first pitch is going to be chopped to River Smith, and he will take it to the bag himself. That was Ryan Jarvis leading off the inning. And he goes down on the first pitch he sees. Ramos, one pitch, one out. Solid start to the debut. As Jackson Crane, the Sodbusters left fielder, steps in here. He's 1 for 3 today. He chops the first pitch he sees just outside of the third base bag. So the count will be 0-1 to Crane. Crane, before Arkansas Tech, transferred from Arkansas State University Mountain Home, where he hit 300 with 12 RBIs in 26 games played, as he takes ball one high. He's a graduate of Russellville High School. The 1-1 to him. Ramos, The nasty pitch there gets him to wave and miss it that one. 1-2 count to Jackson Crane. Ramos looking for his first K here in Spuds purple. The 1-2 will be chopped to Opine at short. He collects and fires over to Riversmith at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. Last chance in the 8th inning here is going to be the DH, Jude Greaves. Greaves, 2 for 3 here today. He did come around and score the only run for the Hastings Sodbusters. That came in the top of the 2nd inning. The first pitch to Greaves will be dropped not in there, just a bit inside. As Ramos comes set, the 1-2 to Greaves will miss in the dirt. 2-0 now to the Sodbusters DH. The 2-0 from Ramos will miss away and outside. Away and high, I should say. 3-0 to the DH. He gets one to drop in there, a fastball at the belt. 3-1. To Jude Graves. Ramos looking to dig in here and avoid a 2-out walk. Here's the 3-1. He will drop that one in there, and the count has run full to Jude Graves. The 3-2 to Greaves will be ripped to Opine. Diving stop at short from a knee. It won't get there in time. Great stop by the shortstop, Jack Opine, but unable to get the DH Greaves, who was shot out of a cannon out of the batter's box and beat the throw. As Brody Barker is out for a brief conversation with Ramos, the center fielder, Jet Hannaford, will step in here. Pinch runner for the Hastings Sodbusters is going to be number 8, Ethan Foley, the Coffeyville Community College man from Grand Island, Nebraska, as Hannaford steps into the box. And Ramos drops in a strike at the knees, 0-1. Hannaford 1 for 3 here today. He doubled in that one hit. He's also struck out in this one. The 0-1 for Matt Ramos will catch the outer black, and it's quickly 0-2 to the Sodbusters center fielder. Ramos likes what he sees. He comes set. The 0-2 will be in there. Called strike 3. Hannaford goes down looking. And Matthew Ramos, in his first appearance for the Spuds, showing some electricity out of that right arm of his. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Spuds lead 8-1. Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning at Mike Lansing Field. Don't forget to follow the Spuds on Facebook at Casper Spuds. Leading off the inning for the Spuds will be the left fielder, Trent Rucker. The first one to him from Bowdoin, who is still on the mound, will be in there for a strike. Second one misses outside. 1-1 to Trent Rucker. Outside again from Bowdoin. 2-1 to Trent Rucker. Broken bat by Trent Rucker that'll be flared over the left side of the infield. That bat exploded on impact, but Trent Rucker will be in safely on first with the leadoff single as the Spuds look to put up 3 runs and end this ball game early. Head coach Josh Printer out to the mound for a conversation with his infield and battery. He is going to pull Bowdoin. We got a new pitcher out here for the Sodbusters. We're going to take a brief break as he warms up, and we'll get you that name as soon as we're back.
Spuds Nation, we are here at the party deck at Mike Lansing Field, hosting many birthday parties, many events. It's a beautiful spot to watch a game here at Mike Lansing Field. Many fans don't really know about it as they're normally sitting in the grandstand, but party deck is always available. Reach out to our owners and get in contact to enjoy a beautiful ball game here at Mike Lansing Field.
Back here after the pitching change, Jack Opine steps in now after Trent Rucker led off the inning with a broken bat single up and over the third baseman Jaden Shabry's head. Couldn't confirm the man on the mound for the Sodbusters. I will as soon as I can. But after Opine fouls back the first pitch. The second one will be dropped in there. And the count is 0-2. It's the lefty, Cooper Harrell. As he checks on Rucker at first. The third offering to Opine will be high, and the count is now 1-2. Harrell, another ASU Mountain Home product from Owasso, Oklahoma. The 1-2 from the lefty will miss outside. And Opine, after two good takes, has evened it up at 2-2. The 2-2 to Opine will be swung on and missed. Opine goes down swinging. First out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pinch hitting for the Casper Spuds. He's going to be pinch hitting for River Smith. Cody Clausius will step in here with one out in the 8th inning. The first one to Clausius will be inside, and the count is now 1-0. Clausius, 3 for 14 here in the ILB season. 214 batting average for Clausius. The second one is going to be dropped in there, and the count is now 1-1. Clausius does have a double. He's got 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 4 walks, 1 K. That one misses high to the man from Landenberg, Pennsylvania. And he's in a 2-1 count. Clausius majoring in cybersecurity at Wilmington University. As Harrell checks on Rucker once more. Clausius in his second season here with the Casper Spuds. Went to Avongrove High School. The 2-1 will be ripped down the third base side, but it'll push as it flew foul. Harrell comes set. The 2-2 will be chopped by Clausius on a little bit of a check swing there. Slick move there by the shortstop Moreira, but Trent Rucker was going first to third no matter what as he was flying around second base. It forced an advent throw from Ryan Jarvis, the first baseman, that escaped from Jaden Shabry. And the Spuds will tack on another run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They now lead this one 9-1. As the 9-0 Sodbusters are either 2 runs away or 3 outs if we get to the 9th from this ball game ending here in their first loss of the ILB season. Pinch hitting for the Spuds is going to be Cade Queen, the man from Powell, Wyoming, with 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That one from Harrell looked to be a little bit inside, but it was a called strike 1 to Cade Queen. The 0-1 from Harrell will be swung on and missed by Cade Queen. And he's in an 0-2 hole here. Harrell's 0-2. Will be inside again. This time called a ball. Count now 1-2 to Cade Queen, who's 0 for 1 here in the season. Got his first pinch hit appearance in the last game on Friday. He rips that one out to left. Looks like it's going to land just foul. Jackson Crane, the left fielder, was giving it chase. But Cade Queen will stay alive, count 1-2. Harrell comes set. The 1-2 from the lefty will miss outside and high. Counts evened up at 2-2 for Cade Queen. The 2-2 will be fouled off by Queen as he stays alive again and keeps the count at 2-2. Cade, a big Texas Rangers fan. His current favorite player in the MLB, Corey Seager, the World Series champion twice over. All time, Josh Donaldson. Man, what a special player was Hammy. That one missed inside, and the count now 3-2. Apologies, not Hamilton. Josh Donaldson is his favorite player all time. Ex-MVP in the MLB. The 3-2 to Queen will be swung on and missed. He goes down swinging on the high heat. The Spuds do add a run. We head to the 9th inning. They lead it by 8, 9-1. Back here in the top of the 9th inning, another Spuds debut for Kylan DePorter, a Casper kid, currently at Oakton College. And he pumps in a first pitch strike to the 9-hole hitter, Christian Loera. Second one from DePorter misses low. Counts 1-1. Spud's bullpen has only given up one hit after Ty Volmar's 6 innings of work. The bullpen put up zeros across the board. One hit given up by Matthew Ramos. But to no avail for the Sodbusters, whose offense has gone silent in this one. The count to Loera 2-1. DePorter drops in a strike on the outer half. Funky delivery for Kylan. That one misses a bit high to Loera. Full count to Kylan DePorter's first hitter faced in a Spuds uniform. The payoff will just get under Opine over there at short. Loera on here with nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. The last chance for the Sodbusters to pull off a miracle in this one. Drew Vega stepping in now. He's 0 for 4 here today. And that first one to Vega is going to drill him. 2 aboard for the Sodbusters with nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. The third baseman, Jaden Shabry, will step in now. Oh, apologies. We got a pinch hitter. It's going to be the man who pinch ran a couple innings ago, Ethan Foley. Taking his first hacks in this one. DePorter misses on the first pitch to Foley. Now 1-0. Porter with a nice off-speed pitch that caught the inner half of the plate, and it'll even up the count at 1-1. Another nice off-speed pitch there from Kylan DePorter. Count now 1-2 to Jaden Shabry. Here's the 1-2. That one will catch Jaden Shabry. 3 straight hitters for the Hastings Sodbusters have reached here. And the bases will be loaded for one of the more dangerous hitters in this Sodbusters lineup. Jaden Shabry stepping in here. He skips the first pitch in to Shabri. 1-0 now. DePorter gets an awkward half swing out of Shabri, and the count will even up at 1-1. DePorter pumping in a strike at the knees. Count now 1-2. Shabri chops that one down the left field line, out of play. As he stays alive, the count remains 1-2. Shabri 1 for 4 here today with a single. The 1-2 from DePorter will be swung on and missed. Strike 3. His first K in a Spuds uniform. One down, base is still loaded after the strikeout. Another pinch hitter here for the Sodbusters. Number 19, Graham Hilton. The man at Northern Oklahoma Enid will take ball 1. Hilton from Mustang, Oklahoma. DePorter pumps a strike on the outer half, now 1-1. Spuds looking to end this ball game quicker rather than later. Great pitch there on the outer half by DePorter. I believe it's a slider. It's got good movement on it. The count's 1-2 to Hilton, who's 4 for 19 here in the ILB season. He does have 2 RBIs. He's tied for the team lead in Ks. That one will miss high. Count now 2-2. That one skied down the left field line, but out of play. Fouled off again down the left field line. Sodbusters staying alive. Here in Game 11 of the ILB season, the 2-2 from DePorter. Was neither called nor called on the swing as the Spuds checked. And this count will be full to Graham Hilton. He's normally a catcher, the sophomore at Northern Oklahoma College. And DePorter will miss outside with the slider. He will walk in a run. This ball game now 9-2. Stepping in is going to be the first baseman, Ryan Jarvis. Jarvis 0 for 4 here today with the strikeout. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be in at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1 to him. Will be a called strike 2. Jarvis in an 0-2 hole quickly. DePorter looking for his second out here in the top of the 9th inning. Potentially even an inning-ending double play. The 0-2 from DePorter will be skipped in the dirt. Good block by Brody Barker. Count goes to 1-2 now. As we reset, DePorter comes set. Here's the 1-2. It'll be skied out to left. Trent Rucker ranging into foul territory. He'll make the catch. The runner will tag and score from third. So a sac fly there for Ryan Jarvis as he fouls out to the left fielder Trent Rucker. And with 2 down, last chance here for the Hastings Sodbusters is going to be the left fielder Jackson Crane. Crane 1 for 4 here tonight. The first pitch he sees is a fastball at the belt, 0-1. The 0-1 will be ripped right at DePorter. Wilcox collects, shovels it over to Opine at short, and the Spuds will take game 1 here against the Hastings Sodbusters. The Sodbusters are undefeated no more as your Casper Spuds beat them to drop their record to 9-1. The Spuds jump to 7-4 after a shaky start. This team seeming to be finding their stride, and they take game 1 here of this 4-game set at Mike Lansing Field. You're going to want to stay right here as we're going to have the Banner Health Wyoming Medical Center players of the game. We'll get them up here as soon as we can. Stay right here till then. Spuds win 9-3. Late. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the Banner Health Wyoming Medical Center Player of the Game, starting pitcher Ty Volmar. Ty, great game tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Talked to you before the game, we're talking to you after the game. Can we expect some more pregame interviews after a performance like that?
Yeah, for sure.
All righty, let's do it. We'll go through your line. 6 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Lots of traffic tonight, but working your way out of a bunch of jams. What were you seeing from these Sodbusters hitters?
I saw that they liked the off speed,
Yeah.
so we stuck close to the fastball,
Yep.
threw it in the zone,
Yep.
let my defense play behind me, and came out with a win.
Yep. As you said, kind of like we talked about in the pregame, letting the D work behind you, throwing strikes. You were doing that all night. How do you stay consistent in that, even when you're struggling? How do you try and get back on track when you're on the mound?
Just get right back after it.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Again, local Casper kid. We kind of talked about it pregame, but how was the home crowd here tonight in Game 1?
It was awesome. A lot of people here
Yep.
enjoying the energy that they bring, and I'm glad that everybody could show up.
Absolutely. Big family guy as well. Your family's always here supporting you at every game. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's awesome. I love having my family be able to watch me,
Absolutely.
especially in a game like that.
Yep. Last one for you, and we'll get you out of here. How does it feel to knock off the Sodbusters? They were undefeated coming into this one. How does it feel to give that team their first L of the season?
It feels great.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll look to do the same tomorrow.
Yep.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, your Banner Health Wyoming Medical Center Player of the Game, Ty Volmar. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
That's all from us here at Mike Lansing Field, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We'll be back with Game 12 of the ILB season tomorrow. Same time, 6:15. First pitch at 6:30. We'll see you then, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moses Firmino on the broadcast, signing off. Have a great night.